got married.
Oh gosh.
In the back of the car down the road.
Back then, we didn't have. You don't think you had no money now? It's even worse. It was worse back then.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have no money either. I picked cotton and bought my wedding dress.
Mm-hmm.
Did.
And where did y'all get married?
Huh?
Where did y'all get married?
We got married. You know where the old Tutterton house is? You've been down that way.
Yeah.
Well, we went on around towards Camel's Creek, and there was a minister that lived there. We went to Washington, but I always wanted him to marry me, you know. And we went to Washington and got the license and come back, and there weren't many cars here on Springs Creek then, but we had a friend that they were a lot older than we were, but they drove us to Washington to get our license to get married. We come on back down, not too far from where I lived, you know, and the man come out from his house. I think he'd been on the farm working. He weren't dressed up, and his wife come out, and we sit in the back seat, and he married us, sitting in the back seat, and the two people that was in the front witnessed our wedding.
Mm-hmm.
And
who was in the front?
huh?
Who was in the front?
Miss Mary Abbott and Jess Abbott.
Okay.
Liz Abbott, no, weren't Jess. Liz Abbott.
Uh-huh.
It's, I've got my marriage certificate somewhere out there,
Mm-hmm.
and it's got their names and all onto it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And we stayed married almost 50 years. So it don't make no difference whether you have a big wedding or a small wedding or whatever. It's whether you love each other and stick together.
Mm-hmm.
Did they ever get divorced?
No,
He died.
he died.
No.
Old age.
No, what did Daddy Johnson die from?
Emphysema.
Emphysema. That's what I thought, but I wasn't
That's
sure.
why you should never smoke.
Yeah.
Daddy
Johnson
That didn't help him, darling. And he worked in asbestos. And back then, they didn't realize asbestos was so dangerous
Bad
for you.
Mhm.
But he worked in the engine rooms, and you know, where he worked on ships. He worked on a ship or a dredge. They called it a dredge. They dredged New York Harbor and kept that dredged out. And he had to pack different things with asbestos and all, and that didn't help him either, you know.
Yeah.
But you know, you can't sue the government. Did you know that?
Yeah, I think I'd heard that before. So big. Yeah.
Elma Clark got some money because Hayes worked in asbestos,
Mhm.
but she could get money. He worked on one of these like tugboats and things,
Right.
and she got money for it. And she said, "Why don't you put in for it?" You know, but you couldn't. You can't sue the government.
Yeah.
It's over with the government.
That's unfortunate, though.
If you think about it, the government owns that shirt that you're wearing. He owns your phone. The government owns your phone.